Smashing Pumpkins in the form of a double shot headed your way after Van Halen.
Do what they're doing. I hate to say that. Well, I don't hate to say it. I love to say it. Federalism is the answer. That means divided sovereignty. The federal government has limited powers. If they go beyond that, it is the duty of the Supreme Court and judicial review to tell them they can't. And yet we have a court that's derelict because they will not take up cases like the Harvard case. They will not take up cases where employers are telling employees what to do in their personal life or their medical life. They won't take up any of this stuff. Why? The Roberts Court is chicken. Now, it's a little less so. It's Thomas and the rest of the conservatives. But they still aren't afraid to take up these cases. And as long as they know, and Judge Schumer keeps threatening the independence of the court, which is a violation of separation of powers, you're going to have more of this chaos which covers for these economic policies that are decimating middle class and poor Americans. Is that what everybody voted for? Well, people like Tina Smith pull the wool over their eyes.
I'm Jim Gagley, News Radio 920 and 104.7 FM. Here's what's happening. Average price for a gallon of regular gas in Rhode Island, currently $2.96. According to AAA, that's not American at the same time a year ago. CNN's Christina reports she was recently diagnosed with ovarian cancer. She's a 1983 summa cum laude graduate of the University of Rhode Island with a journalism degree. And of course, though she's undergone successful surgery, will now have several months of chemotherapy. Sports, it's the Braves and the Red Sox tonight. Get news 24/7 on demand at newsradiori.com.
Now, here's your Storm Team 10 forecast.
For the rest of the day, mostly cloudy skies will give way to some breaks of sunshine and also the possibility of a few isolated showers and thunderstorms. Temperatures climb into the middle 70s. For tonight, temperatures start to drop into the 60s. It will be very warm tomorrow in the upper 70s, but with mostly sunny skies. I'm Storm Team 10 meteorologist Christina Ernie on News Radio 920 and 104.7 FM.
This report is sponsored by Rush Limbaugh, the man behind the golden EIV.
Northbound side, it's gonna dust right off them tonight. Got a little dirt on my boots. Hard as I worked all day, I'm gonna work hard loving on you. Spin you all over that dance floor, right out of them high heel shoes. And when you're ready to quit, baby, we can slip right out of that barroom door. And when I take you home, don't worry, babe, I'm gonna kick 'em off on the porch. Might have a little dirt on my boots, but I'm taking you uptown tonight. Might have a little mud on my wheels, but they gonna shine with you inside. Gonna hit the club, gonna cut up, burn it up like neon lights. Might have a little dirt on my boots, but we're gonna dance the dust right off them tonight. Got a little dirt on my boots. A little dirty dancing, blue collar romancing. I can get cleaned up if you ask me, but I can only get so fancy. Got a little dirt on my boots, but I'm taking you uptown tonight. Might have a little mud on my wheels, but they gonna shine with you up inside. Gonna hit the club, gonna cut up, burn it up like neon lights. Might have a little dirt on my boots, but we're gonna dance the dust right off them tonight. Got a little dirt on my boots. Got a little dirt on my boots. Got a little dirt on my boots.
From Buttonwood Park to Battleship Cove, thanks for having your Cat Country on. Cat Country 98.1.
I've always been a rolling stone with a reckless streak. Yeah, the grass never gets too grown underneath my feet. City lights, southern stars, no such thing as gone too far. I'm running wide open. I was born with my feet in motion. Since I met you, I swear I could be happy anywhere. In that dark location, you're always my destination. You're the only thing that I'm chained to. I could be happy anywhere. I could be happy anywhere with you. Yeah, the beauty of the northern lights in my mind is fading. The blue sky over till you ride. Next to you's kind of overrated.
Always be a place for Rush Limbaugh in our hearts. No one has dominated the broadcast medium and talk radio the way he has, and at rushlimbaugh.com or wherever else you find Rush. He really set something off in this country that I think is going to be the salvation of this country, and that is there is a conservative constituency that's proud to be conservative, and that's what's got the Democrats really, really worried. That's what's got the media worried. Basically, the globalists who live off of the policies of the swamp, and that's why this push for self-censorship. That's why this push to make certain that in fact people can't express themselves because they don't want the ditto heads to rise up and give them any trouble. They just want to command and control. That's the essence of liberalism. Take away everything. Think about this. It doesn't matter whether it's Castro in Cuba or Ortega in Nicaragua or Mao or Stalin or Hitler or anybody. What do tyrants do when they get power? A, they don't want to give it up. But B, what do? They rescind the First Amendment and silence their opponents. They disarm the population. They control state-run education. If they don't own the means of production, they control production. And they jail their opponents. Does any of this sound familiar? Now you might say, well, Jason, come on, you're engaging in hyperbole. No, I'm not. Never has there been a greater assault on the First Amendment, on the Second Amendment, on the Fourth Amendment. All the talk about, you heard it today or this week, all the talk about during the Trump administration, the DOJ had subpoenaed records of Adam's certifiable lunatic, by the way. And Eric, I did not have sex with Fang Swalwell. Now, the reason they subpoenaed the records was those guys were lying to the public and may have been getting leaks from government officials who were breaking the law. But be that as it may, at the very same time they were getting the subpoenas, the FBI was getting records of the Trump lawyer McGahn. The real travesty of the protection of your property, your privacy, your papers, is what they did at the FISA court. Where the hell is Attorney Durham? Where is this guy? He's supposed to be investigating the fact that the swamp, the FBI, James Comey, Clapper, no doubt, and the rest of them were basically spying on their political opponents, lying about it the whole time and spying on them with an illegal FISA warrant based on fraudulent information they knew to be fraudulent. This is what third world dictators in Nicaragua do. And the Attorney Durham, I have no idea where this U.S. attorney is. He's supposed to be investigating this to give us an answer and bring charges, but have they gotten to him too? This is why this is so threatening right now. Now, you know, what's so darn threatening about it all? Well, it's threatening because the people at the top have a very, very good life. They get very, very cheap labor. So as wages are suppressed and inflation goes up, for the second straight month in May, wages were below the inflation-adjusted wage rate went down. But the globalists import cheap, not only just cheap labor, but also cheap products from slave labor in China. These are the people at the top. They don't want things to change. So you wonder why Kamala still hasn't made it to the border? It is deliberate. They want open borders. It's good for the top and the elite, the people who are making the money. This is the danger of it all. I think Daryl Issa was on not long ago talking to Sandra Smith on Fox and had to say this about the immigration crisis.
She's going to see that the message that's being sent based on the policies of this administration are clearly saying to a young man, don't come here looking for a job, bring a family and stay. And that message is, in fact, much more of a conflict than she might realize. People who are coming as family units because